Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Jeffrey Butts, your favorite dentist here in Atlanta. And today we're diving into something most people never thinking about. And that's how your lifestyle habits like smoking, drinking, and gut health, and even your sleep are all connected to your smile. You might think that your teeth are separate from the rest of your body, but the truth is, your mouth is the gateway to your entire system. What you do for your body absolutely shows up in your smile. And what you do for your smile affects your whole body, which is why you gotta floss and brush twice a day, every day. But let's break it down, okay? I'm gonna share a bit about my own experience. I'm gonna talk about other little things. I've seen it time and time again in my patients, and I see a lot of patients. So my smokers, they have a lot of bone loss, they have longer teeth, don't get the nutrients that they need from the gums because the heat from the cigarettes shrivel the gums up. If this is the tooth and this is the gums, when you smoke, it shrivels the gums so that it makes the tooth longer. And then the blood flow and the circulation in the gums, there are little tiny veins in there, and those veins get smaller. And because the veins get smaller, that's why they don't get the nutrients that they need. I literally did a full upper extraction for a patient, and I gave him dentures for his replacement teeth, but he was a smoker. And everyone knows that smoking is not good for you, but some people just keep going. But when most people think about drinking, they're really focused on the calories or the liver health. But alcohol has a huge impact on your gut and your teeth. In the gut, alcohol kills off the healthy bacteria, which is the good bacteria that help with digestion and protect your immune system. When those bacteria are wiped out, the harmful ones can take over. That leads to inflammation, bloating, even long-term issues with your immune system. Now in the mouth, alcohol is the double problem because first it can cause dry mouth, and then without enough saliva, bacteria thrive and cavities can develop more easily. And the second, drinks like red wine, whiskey, dark liquors, they can stain your teeth. And the sugary cocktails, they're basically candy for the bacteria that causes cavities, which is Streptococcus mutans, all right? And the serious part is that heavy drinking is linked to oral and throat cancers, which is something that's just not really talked about, but it is real. Now, I've been out in the clubs before, smoking and drinking. I have. And I thought it was okay. I didn't know that anything was really going on until I got into dental school. I got into dental school and I got really like my first adult cleaning from like one of my favorite teachers, right? And he discovered that I had acute gingivitis, meaning the gums on one of my teeth on the inside was growing long and the root was exposed. I had no idea about this. I just thought that everything was fine. But looking back now, smoking and drinking may have been a factor in that. In, taking a break from the books and then the years that I had before dental school, I was just living my regular young guy life, having a nice life. But I needed to get a crown. I have a crown on this tooth over here. And I think the reason was my outside living, right? So that was just a little story for you, all right? Smoking disrupts the microbiome, and that's the balance of good and bad bacteria. It can slow down digestion. It can increase acid reflux and even cause ulcers. The lining of your gut gets weaker, and it's hard for your body to absorb nutrients from food, which happens in the lining. In your mouth, smoking is one of the leading causes of gum disease. It cuts off oxygen and blood supplies, so your gums can't heal properly. That's why smokers are much more easily able to lose teeth. Plus, there's the staining, there's the bad breath, and there's, again, the higher risk of oral cancer. The damage from smoking in the gut makes it harder for your gums to fight off infection. And I'm just saying, everything is connected. Once I found out that I had this gum disease, this acute periodontitis, one tooth, and I'm a dental student, I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? What did I do? I literally only stopped drinking as much, and I didn't smoke as much. I eventually quit smoking altogether, but then all of my checkups were like, you're doing great. This is great, no problem. And the gum stopped receding from that area where it was receding, and I have a crown on that tooth, and I've had that crown for years now, and no problem. So what I'm saying is, knowledge is power. And if you know something, try to get it in. I discussed this book on one of my interviews that I had with Kay Ree, okay? And I introduced her to this book written by this guy named James Clear, and it's called Atomic Habits. If you find that you want to change something in your life, okay, if you want to improve a system or you want to create a system to have you a healthier life, well then Atomic Habits is definitely the book that you can read to help you figure out what you need to do in order to change the things that you want to change and add the things that you want to add into your life. So highly recommend the book, but that's just one kind of way. Reading is so good for you. It's good for the brain. It's part of one of the mental processes. And then when you actually implement the things that you read, and I would say you're still testing on some things, once you implement the things that you read and you test them out and you start getting the good feedback like, hey, this is something that's working, this is something that's happening in the way that I want it to happen, then it's just confirmation for you to keep doing what you're doing, and life should get better, right? But that's just my thing. Let's talk about my third thing, okay? And that's poor sleep. Now, poor sleep is so easily overlooked, okay? When you don't get good rest, your body does not de-stress, okay? Stress hormones like cortisol, they rise, and that weakens your immune system. And that means your body is slower to heal, including your gums and any dental work that you've had done. Poor sleep also messes with your gut. It throws off your digestion, it weakens your microbiome, and can even change the way your body handles blood sugar. In the mouth, sleep problems show up as clenching or grinding your teeth. It can cause more dry mouth, and that leads to a higher risk of gum disease, all right? A lot of people in busy cities like here in Atlanta are hustling late into the night, and poor sleep becomes just normal, but your smile really pays the price. I am a victim sometimes of lack of sleep. I call it FOMO. I'm gonna miss something, you know? Like last night there was a fight on. I wanted to watch the fight, but I tried to catch up in the sleep in the morning, but I highly recommend that you get your sleep. 7 to 8 hours, let's do it, okay? But now, let's talk about the combined effects of being outside too long. So smoking, drinking, and poor sleep. Each of these habits creates inflammation on its own. But when you stack them, the damage multiplies. The gut becomes inflamed, the mouth becomes more vulnerable to gum disease, cavities, and even cancer, and your body has less energy to heal. It's a cycle. Poor gut health weakens the mouth, poor sleep makes healing harder, and smoking added with drinking just add fuel to the fire. And that's why I say your lifestyle is written all over your smile. So you don't have to be perfect to protect your health, and small steps really add up. If you drink, when you drink, alternate with a little water and rinse your mouth out afterwards. If you smoke, even cutting back a little bit helps. Quitting is the goal, but less is way better. Support your gut health with fiber, probiotics, and plenty of water, okay? Aim for 7 or 8 hours of good sleep each night to allow your body and your mouth to recover, and of course, so keep up with your regular dental checkups, because that's where we can catch early signs before they become big problems, all right? At the end of the day, your smile reflects your whole lifestyle. Your gut, your sleep, your habits, they're all connected. Take care of the inside, and the outside will shine also, okay? Guys, if you found this helpful at all, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And or send this video to someone you think might need it, okay? And until next time, we're going to talk about a couple other little things a little bit later.